Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're jumping back to some more Project Architect. So I hope you guys are ready. So today things are going to get a little bit interesting. Remember this area that's in here that, well, we created this sort of biodome thing, and I sort of had an idea for what I was going to do with this whole area, and then I changed my mind. I don't really like the way this biodome thing looks. However, I do like the patch of grass. I'm going to clear off the top section, but I'm not just going to clear this. I'm actually going to clear a pretty large area through the roof as well, giving us a really massive area to work with. And it's going to look pretty dope, I think, with the roof all cleared out and everything. We're going to be using the builder today, but to get started, I don't have access to my terminal. Notice it kind of does like a little lag thing as I click it because it's trying to search for the terminal and everything, and we don't have access to it. So how am I going to fix that? Well, thankfully, in the latest version of this pack, I do have an infinite range upgrade. Now, we do have two different types. We have an infinite range booster and an infinite range dimension card. We're going to be using the infinite range here. But as you can see, we need some nether stars. We need to actually kill ourselves a good old-fashioned wither to do that. Luckily, the wither, not too difficult. However, I am going to change this farm right here, and I'm going to take this spawner out of here. So with cyclic, let's go ahead and grab our empty sack. I'm going to pop in here real quick and hopefully be able to pop back out. I'm going to grab this because we don't really need it in here anymore, as this is self-sufficient. And we are going to place this up here and hopefully get ourselves some wither skeleton skulls. That's going to be the whole point. Let's see, where would be a good place to place this in here? Let's see, let's grab some stone. Some good old-fashioned stone. And I'm thinking, oh, not me. I'm going to get myself killed. Did we place it like maybe right under this light? I am going to get myself killed here. Yeah, underneath this light is going to be a good place. I just got to get, yeah, there we go. And break that. And then run out of here and hope, if I stand here, that some wither skeletons will spawn. And this does have beheading, so it has extra beheading chances. And I should just wait a little bit, and we should hopefully see them build up in here. Yeah, like right there. There's a wither skeleton skull. And literally just a few seconds after I stopped recording, it ended up killing 3 of them, and then that was really quick. I was not expecting to get this many skulls that quickly. Okay, soul sand is the other thing we need. And I think I want to fight this guy in the overworld here. We might even fight him here. Because I do have a guitar, and we're going to talk a little bit about this guitar. It's pretty insane what this guitar can actually do. I don't know. Let's fight him inside of, well, I don't want to fight him inside of biodome. I have my thing set in there. I do want somewhere that's got a little bit of light. How about right over here? This will be perfect. Okay. So I should be pretty well, like, we shouldn't have an issue fighting this. Like, I feel pretty confident in myself, in my wither fighting abilities. So let's get this on. Now I have my guitar. It has its special ability to be able to do ranged mobs. But even then, like a couple of swipes of this thing and this should be basically dead. Yeah. So let's hit it there. Honestly, one swipe, one button press of the ranged killing effect, and it straight up destroyed the wither. Just one press of that hotkey. Wow, that's insane. So now that I have my nether star, we can teach our system the nether star and the rose, it looks like. And so we have all of this stuff. Infinite upgrade. Let's go ahead and make you, man, that's going to be really nice. So where does this go? This actually goes inside of our, whatever it's called, I've already forgotten the name of this, the wireless transmitter. So it actually goes in here. So we don't need any of these anymore. We just put this in here, and notice it gives us max int, it looks like. And so that is our range. Now this is not cross-dimensional. But luckily, today we're not building cross-dimensional, so I don't really need the other upgrade just yet. Later on, probably end up making it. It's not like it's that much more expensive. It's just a million EMC or so, which is pretty nice. So we can hop back here, and just to show that it works, we can go cross-dimensional, or not cross-dimensional, we can go to our other area, and I can now access my grid, and all is good. However, this is not super cheap in regards to power, nor is the other cross-dimensional one. If we take a look at our controller, we are now using 4,162 RF, which means this is using 4,000 RF to run. And I believe the other one is 8,000 RF. So to go cross-dimensional, 8,000 RF needed. Thankfully, we have this generating lots of power, and we don't have to really worry too much yet. But that is a nice little feature there. So here we are. I'm about to clear this area out, including this dome. But I need to get a very particular shape set up. So inside of here, let's go ahead and put this card. And I want to do a cylinder, I believe, solid. We need to make sure that it is solid. We can go ahead and just test this here to see where our general shape is. I actually want this to be a little bit bigger than this, I think. Yeah, definitely bigger than this, but still on that odd spectrum. So let's turn this off. Let's do like 74, 73. Not so much worried about this number yet. That's not a big deal. However, these offsets, I don't understand why. Why is this? It must be a bug that it throws in that offset, because the offset should be, because the offset, by the way, is related to where your actual builder is. Still kind of a bug, isn't it? Look at it. It's still changing the offset. 0. Make the offset 0. Stop it with that nonsense. Oh, and it left all of this. Oh, goodness. But that's quite large. So yeah, because of that offset, I'm still left with this, but luckily it'll end up clearing it up once we get this going. So I think I'm going to go with 45, and it keeps throwing that offset over here. So 45, and then I'm going to make the height, I don't know, we do 120, but I'm also going to need to raise that offset a few. Let's do like 50 up, and we'll just see how far that goes. Now, I do want this to be raised above this particular area, so I'm going to keep raising that offset until I see, let's do, it changed it to 60. Oh no, I am like really fumbling with this. Why is it keep changing the offset on me? That's really frustrating. I wonder if it's just a bug with... Okay, so that was too much. Probably a good thing. Still changing this. It was 60 what I just set it to. 0. It does a little lag there. Okay, and then it raised up. Okay, perfect. So 60 is right there where I want it to be. Just don't understand those. So it should be, let's do 55. And that should put it right where I want it. Yes, it's probably going to chisel off the top of this, but that's okay. But I do want to make sure that it goes all the way up above the ground as well. So let's remove this, and I'm just going to turn it on and just let it start chiseling away. I mean, it should slowly but surely start tearing holes in the roof. That's the goal anyways. And I think it's starting right here. Oh yeah, it's definitely big enough to reach through the sky. beautiful time lapse of the builder just doing its thing. It's about time to get down and dirty because, well, I need inventories of dirt. Just dirt. Tons and tons and tons of dirt. Well, actually, you know what? How about the first thing I do is I go all the way with stone, and I make sure that my upper area is completely converted to stone first. And of course, the best tool for that is going to be the exchanging gadget, as I can make this quite large. Now, I know there is another exchanging gadget that I could use that I think if I fully upgrade it can go higher than 15. But for doing this sort of thing, like, this is going to be one of the better tools. Like, I can just literally stand back and just go, yeah, that's where that needs to go. And I've got to convert this whole thing into stone. And that's going to allow me later on to be able to add my own stuff to this if I so desire. Now, I had just got done clearing all of that out, got all the ores sort of swapped out, got this nice and clean looking. But I'm stuck with all the stuff on the ground. We're going to fix that here in a little bit, but I got to switch up tools. I got to switch now to the building gadget. Now there's two different tools I can also use for this. The wand is probably going to be a better tool, maybe. I say maybe. I don't actually know. Let's pull up the wand. I can make the infinity wand now, which is great. I'm going to test these two out. The infinity wand might be the better tool for this. If I put this in my offhand, I can go around and I can start filling in areas. Now, with the building gadget, I can do surface up to 15 and do fuzzy, which, if I select dirt, will allow me to place over things like ores and stuff. So I won't have to worry about ores. I don't know if there is a way. I know I can hit Control Shift. Restriction mode, there is replace, matching, similar, any. So this actually might be the setting that I need. For this. So yeah, if you want to set this to a fuzzy like I just did, then that's how to do it there. It can be very, very dangerous to do that for certain blocks. You got to be kind of careful what you do, because yeah, you'll end up messing a ton of stuff up. But of course, if you mess up, you ever mess up like this, you can hit Shift and Control and right click to undo. That's a nice little handy tip there. But yeah, I also need a bunch of dirt. And keep it in my offhand, that's how you can go ahead and place it in mass quantities like this. So things are really starting to shape up. You can see I've started working on just sort of adding something here, and I found out exactly what I'm going to do with this space. This is going to be where we actually start Powah. And this is going to be the epicenter for where Powah is actually going to be set up and where all of these things are going to happen. But this area right here, the part where I've placed down the gray concrete powder, I think I want to do something different with this. And I think since we're going to be associating this area with Powah, I was thinking about turning this into a fog effect using some like lime green glass, like clear glass, giving it that nice fog effect. And I'm going to kind of explain how to do this. But first, I need to probably get the builder back in here and clear out this massive area underneath here. So I think at this point I have my numbers sort of set. I think I need to take this one more down. We'll see. Let's see. I have this. This keeps resetting. It's kind of frustrating, but I think these numbers right here are the numbers that I need to start mining at. And like I said, every time I hit that, it resets numbers. So if I set this to minus, I'll just do -9. I know the blocks are going to fall, but that's okay. Because I do have sand blocks I'm using. But this should hold. And this should be the number that I need. And so I will start the harvest. 16 blocks down. This is going to start mining. And we should start seeing sand blocks fall. Yep, right here. And the reason why I went like so, what are these guys? Well, these are special skeletons. Oh wow, they're kind of powerful. The reason why I went along this line here is because this wall needs to be the same color that my glass is, so that way we get that effect. Same for the inside. The whole inside here, I'm going to have to create, I'm going to have to basically wall this out and make this go all the way down to the level that we're going to have it set to. And then the whole bottom floor is actually going to be light blocks, and we're going to layer that with carpet. I'm going to show you here in a second. Now, with all this cleared out, it's time to start using some concrete. Now, lime concrete powder, I'm noticing, looks honestly a lot more vivid than the standard concrete. I just don't know which one I should go through. I think the standard concrete is going to provide just a ever so slight. By the way, did I just get a... Okay, I just got the forgotten hat. Interesting. Anyways, I think this is going to give a better effect. So I'm going to go with that. I've got a line, plus it's a solid block. I've got to line the entire wall here with this concrete. The entire thing. Oh, this is the singular block. I never put it in my system. So there we go. So this whole section needs to be lined. Now, believe it or not, this floor here is actually the perfect height for where, like, all of this gray concrete powder is actually where I need to place my blocks. And then, like, right here, since this is already lined out, this actually made it perfect. I'm just going to follow this, but this right here needs to be swapped out with some sort of light source. And then we're going to put lime carpet on top of that. And then I'm going to layer the glass. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So it's currently raining, but I do want to go ahead and get these carpets placed in. So I have these lamps, and I guess they can be any kind of lamp. It doesn't have to particularly be this one. But I need to get all these carpets in, and the fastest way to do that is like this. This is pretty cool that we can place all these carpets in this quickly. Look at that. Bam. So for the most part, this is done. There's still some in the corners that need to be placed in. But this is where I'm going to show you how the glass is going to work. So first things first is kind of need to have an understanding of how we're going to layer this. So at the moment we have the carpet. I'm going to go up and then skip a block, up, skip a block, and keep going. This should be about 8 blocks tall until we enter this. And now the idea is it's going to sort of look like this. Except for it should be rather clear. But these are the layers that I've got to lay out. And so the best way to do this is honestly, I think just the builder's wand, and just, well, make sure you have the correct thing in your slot. Probably not even have that at all in there. And just continue to build this all the way across through all of the levels. You know, I kind of just wanted to like skip and just show the final product, but wow. I mean, this actually is turning out way better than I was expecting it to. This is what I've been doing, going round and round and round and round. Multiple layers, I believe 8 layers of glass is what has been used here. But this is the final layer. Look at this fog effect. I mean, look at this. Oh yeah. This is definitely the effect I was going for. And this looks amazing. Especially with this green, which really to me just like makes me think of power. Also like, I don't know, like slime and like nuclear like stuff as well. Like, I don't know. It just reminds me of stuff like that. But really power. I don't know why green feels powerful to me. But here we are. And almost completely finished with this. Just gonna finish up the last few bits. And these corners, even these corners, have been paying attention to all of the details. There we go. And we've almost completed this whole thing. Last but not least, that. And we now have this finished in our massive cave, nonetheless. And this, like I said, is where Powah is really going to take place. Man, just look at this from like the distance. Like, I'm so glad I removed that crummy little dome and decided to spend a few hours building this today because, man, this is definitely going to be the place to work on Powah. So, with Powah in mind, we really need to kind of move away from the building and start thinking about crafting. So As far as crafting goes, I need to work my way up through the higher tiers. At the moment, I have an iron one. I need to make these. These are the neuro processors here, or neural processors. Totally makes sense. Neural processing. Interesting concept. So I need to take this and then smelt it. Correct. Where am I going to smelt this at? Oh yeah, we have our system down here. Anytime I needed anything smelted, right? I just toss it in and like it should pop out in like no time flat. If I have power there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I should be able to now make a gold crafter, a diamond crafter, and the master crafter here, the very expensive 2 million per crafter netherite crafter. Ouch. So these are going to cost a little bit, but I think just one netherite crafter should last us probably this entire series. So if I place this in any form, such as like this, I'm just going to do like I've done on all the other sides, and we're just going to tap right on into this and then cover it up. So cables, and then we need to start thinking about what I need to get into as far as Powah goes and what auto crafts are going to be needed. So this is the size of the auto crafter. We can even put speed upgrades in here, but believe me, this thing is already 125 times faster and has 81 slots. 125 times faster than the base crafter. That's mind blowing. That is going to be insanely quick. So let's take a look at Powah. Now, if you don't know why I want to get into this mod, well, let's just put it this way. Big reactors can create a lot of power, but Powah can create even more. And it also has some really fun automation mechanics. So, and also, let's not forget about these batteries. All right, having portable power is useful, but I mean, I guess it's not as useful right now because we do have other means of wireless power, but these would be normally pretty useful. So let's talk about how we're going to autocraft, because a lot of this is going to require autocrafting, and that's going to be our dialect paste. Luckily, is pretty easy to make. Usually you'd need some lava or blaze powder to put this together. We're going to need autocrafts for all the rods. We're going to need it for the casings, but over here are things that don't have EMC. And that's because we need to set up autocrafting in order to work through these. And that is going to involve some other mods. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get some auto crafting made up just so I can make some of the base materials that we're going to need and some of the base network stuff. And I'm going to show you how we're going to start automating these things. Now, I thought I was going to be able to get a bunch of Powah stuff maybe done today, but I definitely don't have enough time to do that. But we do have enough time to get one thing done. And that is with the refined storage. I'm going to go ahead and pop into this, and I need to grab, let's see, a network transmitter and a network receiver. And then we also need to grab a network card. Not that. There we go. Network card. So we have everything we need to transfer and get our refined storage system from here over there so we can set up any kind of automation needs that we're going to have. I just need to pop down here and just add this to our underground system. So our receiver and transmitter are two different things. The transmitter needs the card. It needs to be hooked in, and then this can go cross-dimensionally, by the way. This needs to be placed, and this is what gets linked. By the way, don't mind what's going on over here. All right, so let's pop back into this. I love how quickly we can just fly through here, and we're like right in the middle of this. This is so cool. So right here in the center, how weird would that be if this was all offset by one? That would be incredibly frustrating. I don't even know why I mentioned it. I'm like frustrating myself. But I want to go ahead and place this here. Just for now, this may not be where it, permanently resides, but we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and shift right click on it just to get it nice and linked up. We'll head back to our base, and all we got to do is put this card now in there. This is how you would actually go about with refined storage. This is how you would actually go about getting your networks transferred and adding more wireless transfer nodes. This is how you would extend your range further than normal if you didn't have that infinity range card. You would just hook a cable to it and just keep adding more and more, and it just gets more and more expensive because each one of these requires, I believe, like 1,000 RF, or at least cross-dimensionally it requires 1,000 RF. But if you're, I think it's dependent on your distance in the overworld otherwise. So now that we have that hooked up, we should have access to a refined storage system. That means sending items, pulling items out. You can see it's now lit up. That is perfect. So why do we need this? Well, to get into this mod and to get into Powah, we are going to need to basically send items, and I'm going to want to get this steel automated, this crystal automated. I want all of these things automated in their own right, because we cannot produce an unlimited amount of them with EMC. I would like to have a nearly unlimited amount of them that we're automating. So that's what we're going to work on next episode, is getting all of the Powah stuff set up, which honestly is not going to be insanely difficult to do. It just requires a bit of time, as everything is just power based. But we're also going to get into more power and be making more power with the Powah mod. It's all about power. You know what? I've said Powah probably more than I care to say in today's episode. I'm just happy that I was able to get this build done, because this thing is just it's beautiful. This is a beautiful build. I love this so far. So guys, of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to be a huge thing. So it's going to go to, hey, it's Ari YouTube. I think that's correct. If I'm not, I'm super sorry. But anyways, thank you so much for your amazing support, by the way. And of course, guys, if you're interested in becoming a supporter, just like, hey, it's Ari, I think I'm saying that right. All you gotta do is go to Discord and become a Discord premium member. That is a new feature. But of course, if you want to become a supporter in any other fashion, there's of course Twitch, which I do live stream over on Twitch. And I also still have a Patreon. So our Patreon is still kicking. So be sure to check that out. But keep in mind, everything still happens over at Discord. So even if you're not a member, be sure to join the Discord, because we still have all kinds of crazy stuff for you guys to do, including a public vanilla SMP server, which I'm still super happy that we even have available. It's amazing. So guys, of course, I love you face. I'll see you in the next episode. Be sure to click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.